All right, take two. So, as you may or may not know, I do this Mind One thing where I'm able to change the colors within my Blender file. I can change the direction of where the lights are. So I can pull down the red, pull out the red, excuse me, and pull down the green, and then I can make these kind of shadow casts, right? Which is quite nice. It allows me to have a great deal of functionality. The disadvantage is that I can't quickly change to one color to another without it, without it taking me a little bit of time to get to those transition colors to try to, finesse them. It would be nice to be able to like just have this red one here and then have it change automatically to green. So I've been working on a way to kind of devise a system. I found this article or this YouTube channel, this guy who was talking about being able to randomly change the colors of lighting, which was interesting, but I wanted to be able to make it so that I could, not just randomly change the colors, but make it so that I could change the colors on my own. So I have blue, red, and green, and I can change them in between, right? I also have the option to change the count of lighting. So right at this moment, I'm set to 1. So I have 1 lighting being lit. And I also have the option to randomly generate it, right? I can even increase and decrease where it is in location. Although I probably would not use that because I would want to individually control each light, right? So that particular option may not be something I'm really interested in. But the thing that's nice about this is I could increase the lighting count, right? And then what I could do is then change the random direction. So I thought that was kind of interesting. That could be physically interesting if I put that on a slider, right? And you'd randomly just slid it up so that it would make these random selections of color, right? I think that's kind of interesting. And so I might set that up on its own like thing with its own lighting. But one of the things that is nice about this is the big thing is the color change, right? The idea of being able to change from red to green to blue or to any other color that I so choose. It's a part of the collection, right? The collection is my light setup here. If I turn this on, you'll notice that I have 3 lights that are set up here. They're in that collection, and then I can basically choose between the different colors by the instant index on the instance on points, right? And that's connected to the group input. So this is the group input here, and then basically what I could do is I could change this instance index. I believe what I can do is I can set a route, real-time route to it. And then what I would be able to do is then control it through my MIDI controller. So here is the MIDI controller, and this is the real-time route. And the one thing that I'm not sure of is here. So the block says object. This is obviously not object. This is modifiers, which I don't even think that's even in this list. I don't see it in this list. So what I would probably have to do is change it to a driver and then move the driver, which would basically do the same thing. It would achieve the same goal. So basically I'd right click, say add driver, and then set this to a variable on a block off in the distance. And then when I do that, then when the block moves, it'll change this value. So what I would do is I would basically just make sure the value of the block is set a certain way, and that would make it so that I'd be able to change the values, which in turn would spin this, which would change this here. So that's the plan anyway. A lot of this particular setup is nice to have, but for the 3 lights that I'm trying to change, I don't think I will be making those. I'll be making all of this for that. So that's where I'm at with this. I think that this lighting setup is going to be very interesting. We're going to test it out. It'll be obviously more than 3 colors. Right at this moment, I have red, green, and blue because that is, it's the primary colors, and usually you can get most of the colors that you would want out of that. But I want more variation and subtleness. I even think I might want to try to see if I can make negative numbers of colors, and that would steal certain colors away from the lights. But I need to play around with that. So, anyways, that's where I'm at right at this moment. I think this is a very interesting process. I'm gonna upload this to YouTube in case somebody is thinking very similar things and wants to try this out. Give me, any of your questions, comments, complaints, concerns. You know what to do. Leave it in the comment section, and I'll talk to you guys later.